One thing I talk to students about quite a lot is how to structure practice. I have a lot of people coming to me and saying, oh, I did an hour and a half practice on this day and it was getting more and more frustrating, it was getting worse and worse, and it's okay, this happens. One thing I do say to people is try not to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours warming up if all you're doing is getting frustrated and not improving. I would prefer you to have a shorter session, 30, 40 minutes, do a really good warm up and work on one line. And then that's it for the practice. It really depends. Just know that whether you're going into a technical practice or whether you're just singing for fun, having those sessions where you just sing for fun is very important because you don't want to lose your love of singing. In terms of the technical aspects of it, there's so many different ways that you can do this, and I try and think of it as micro progress. So for example, I'd spend 40 minutes doing a really good warm up, make sure my breathing is right, posture, my vocal cords are nicely warmed up, everything feels free, no tension, and then only work on, say, 2 notes or 3 words, something like that. And it's what you think you can do that day. So for example, I'm going to take Donde lieta, just the first 2 words, and I'm going to show you a structure that I use. So this isn't the structure for every practice that I do, but it might give you a few ideas. So after I've done a warm-up, and I've got a warm-up video coming up, so you can have a look at how to structure warm-ups depending on the day and how you're feeling, then I'm going to take you through some of the things that I might work on. So if I just take the first 2 words, luckily they're all on one note, so I don't have to worry about note bashing today. Donde lieta. It's feeling okay, but we can definitely improve on it. So one thing that I would do is sing vowels only. An important clarification here is this isn't the vowels that are written, but the vowels as we would sing them. So instead of donde, I would just sing oe. So we wouldn't say, for example, oe. Those are the written vowels. We're singing through the vowels as we would sing them. Now I'm already noticing that I've got a bit of tension in my chin on that first vowel, so I'm going to make sure that I can get onto that vowel without tension. So releasing my jaw, releasing those muscles around the chin. Now I'm feeling those F vowels are okay, but the E vowel in the middle is the bit that's getting in the way. It's a little bit tense. So I'm thinking that's probably my tongue. So it's good to do this really intricate analysis sometimes. I wouldn't suggest you do every practice like this, but for me, this really helps with the rest of the piece because I'm noticing which vowels are becoming an issue regularly and I can work on those. So I'm just going to have a look through those e, that change. So I think it was my tongue being the issue for the E vowel. It was a little bit tense. So putting it back into context. It's feeling a little bit better. I could still do a lot of work on it, but I won't do a full practice for you today. The next thing that I could have a look at, if I just want to look at those 2 words, is look at the consonants only. So you can go and have a look at my consonants video to really see about those in detail. But for example, we've got D coming up quite a lot. Do, 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 do. There's a stop consonant, so the air will stop and then release again. We've got the N, which is around the same area as the D, so the tongue is in the same place, but it's a voiced consonant and it's nasal, so it comes through there. Do, 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 do. Don, don, de. So that N to D transition is beautiful because the tongue is in one position for the N and then just releases for the D. Don, de. Then we have L, lieta. So we've got that liquid consonant, L. L. So that's going to be voiced. We need to make sure it's on the pitch and the air breath control is at, the airflow is continuous. Lieta. And again, we've got a stop consonant, but it's slightly more breathy. It's an unvoiced one for the T. So actually the tongue is in a very similar position the whole way through those two words, which is a great thing to notice, because then you can keep the tongue forward, you can really focus on that area of the mouth. So then putting it all back into context, very out of tempo, it's a little bit too slow through there, but you can see how you can start to piece these things together. So for example, one practice, I might go through a whole page and just do vowels and not even touch the consonants, or I might just look at the consonants and then try a little bit all the way through. There's loads of different varieties of ways you can go through practice, but the most important thing is to have an idea before you go in. Know what you want to achieve by the end of that practice, and most importantly, micro progress. It's okay if you don't see any improvement, particularly in that one practice. Everything that you're doing will have an effect on the rest of your singing. And these things will all build up. So for example, I'm not particularly happy with my E vowel in that section, so I'm going to work on the E vowel next time, but noticing that is going to really help me in my practice next time. So I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea. Main thing, warm up. Really make sure you warm up. If it's a fun sing-along and you're just having a bit of enjoyment, or you're doing some really technical practice, warm up first and make sure you're feeling really free and without tension. Your breathing is right, your posture is right. Whatever type of singing you're doing, getting those right in a warm-up and doing some exercises is absolutely key. So if you've got any questions, if you've got warm-ups or structures of your practice that you want to check in with me about, see if I've got any ways that I might be able to improve on it, or any comments, then do pop it in the comments below. If you're interested in individual singing lessons, then you can email me at info@jessicanorton.co.uk, and you can find links to book for my upcoming workshops in the description below.